Hello everyone, this is Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for the week beginning August 22nd, 2016. This week, I think I'm going to be using the Messages from Your Angels Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue, and of course pulling a color card from the Secret Language of Color Oracle deck by Inna Segal. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can go to my website, angelsouls444.com, the services page. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, I'll leave all that below. Of course, there's Gumroad, extra readings, all kind of good stuff, some good courses there. It's gumroad.com/angelsouls. Scroll down. Like, for where you got to scroll down. I think people are getting hung up on, wait, I have to give my email. No, but you could if you want to, but you don't have to. So as we get started this week, yes, I'm standing up. I've been recording the September videos all day. So the lighting might be a little funny, but I think you guys, I love you guys, and I feel very loved by you, so I think we're good to go here. Should mention my neighbor is home upstairs. She's stomping around, so apologies if you know my story. This has been going on for like 2 years. Crazy town. But like, whatever. Let's get into the week of August 22nd. Hopefully you guys are doing all right. And let's all breathe. Good stuff. All right. If you guys really want to hear it, I should record this later on in the evening when the other neighbor's home upstairs. It sounds like a circus up there. It sounds like an elephant and a horse prancing around. Wildly entertaining. Okay, here we go. First card up, Azure. Okay, things are coming to fruition for you. Daniel, we have some issues around marriage. Ooh. Okay, well, let's get to it. This is an interesting little reading here. And as always, I'm going to kind of tune in here and see if there's kind of an overall feeling. Yeah, things are definitely... Now, the marriage card could literally mean marriage, but if you're not married, and you're not looking to get married, it could just mean a commitment. Okay, a marriage of ideas, a marriage of projects, a marriage of business, you know, that sort of thing. Well, let's just start from the top here. We have Azure, and she says, your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen. Okay, anything that we try to push on, it'll push it right out of our existence. All right, so Azure says you're going to be flying high here pretty soon, but you're just sort of in the takeoff position. Does that make sense? Like you're just getting ready to kick off. I don't know if you can see, my monitor's not working. I have no idea if there's glare on the cards, I'm so sorry. But there's a clock back here, a giant clock. And it's saying the more time you give yourself to sort of know what you're doing, right, the better your flight will be, okay? So work things out before you try to push on anything new, because you're still winding down one part of your life so that another can kind of come to fruition. The next card we have is Daniel. I am the angel of marriage, and I am assisting you right now. Okay, so if you are married and you're having problems, Daniel's going to help you this week. So invite him in, ask him to see what you need to see. Time to be very fair, time to take accountability, this sort of thing. But if you're not married and you're looking to get married, you know, Daniel also can help you understand things about yourself that might be blocking you from bringing in somebody who would be marriage material, so to speak. If you're like, Michelle, girl, I'm doing fine with my hubby, I don't know what this means. Well, again, this could be a marriage of ideas, projects, things coming together, fusing. I just heard fusing. Things sort of, yeah, connecting. Let me see if I get anything else on this. Unexpected help. Someone kind of out of the blue sort of committing to helping you in some way. And this might very well be someone who has their own agenda, but it's not going to affect you. And so let me give an example. So this might be like someone, let's say someone has kind of been terrorizing you at work. They just stab you in the back. They're doing all this stuff. And then the boss calls you in and says, listen, I know this is happening. I'm going to move you to a different section. We're going to give you a raise. this would probably never happen, but whatever. And you find out later that actually the boss kind of had it out for that person anyway. And do you know what I mean? But it's still, I know that sounds kind of negative, but it still ends up helping you in some way. Someone getting dismissed, someone's getting fired this week. It's not you. I don't think, because I'm not feeling like it's close. I feel like it's sort of extended. And I wouldn't even say that this is your marriage partner, if you have one, getting fired. This is more like some idea or something you're married to, so to speak, gets broken open because someone is flowing out of that situation. It does feel like a colleague. It feels like a coworker or something. And I get the distinct feeling that it's someone you didn't like in the first place. This could also be a neighbor. It could be a neighbor flowing out, moving away, doing something, or whoever, I don't know, someone selling the property, who knows? It could be a lot of different things, but things are moving and shaking, and it's a commitment that, okay, so it's kind of interesting. They're sort of showing me like a commitment kind of breaking over here, but fusing over here. And that doesn't necessarily have to do with literal marriage. So it doesn't mean that if you're married, you're going to split up and then marry somebody else, unless that's already what you kind of have going on. But this is, let me just put it this way. Things are changing. And things that you thought were solid are not. People that you thought were fused together are not. And things are floating around and landing in their next proper spot. So we'll leave it at that. So the next card we have here is Caressa. You are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. So what's going to be the big challenge this week? Allowing the sun to set on an old way, allowing old anger and hurt to go away. This could be something like, let's go back to that example of the work situation where someone has just been terrorizing you and maybe they get fired, and you kind of get a promotion out of it, but we don't want to like gain from somebody else's misfortune, I suppose. But let's say that were to happen, but you might not feel like, no, like you're not letting something go. You might be like, no, you need to understand that this person did this, this, and this. And that boss might be like, I know, that's why I fired them. Yeah, but you don't know because they did this, this, and this. And you're just having a hard time accepting, like for some of us, we get so used to the struggle and the pain that it almost feels scary when it's not there. Okay? So let the sun set on some old situation, something that is clearly not working. It can go out of your life now. And it does not need to affect you anymore. Please do not be afraid of freedom. Don't be afraid of freedom. Let it just happen. I have to breathe after that one. That was heavy. Whew. Okay. And also after I've been recording for a while, the frequency gets kind of like buzzy and high, and then I'm like, can't catch my breath. So anyway, here we go. So the next card we have before we get on to the color card is Ray. So here's how you can actually even the energies out, kind of calm yourself down and get ready for this beautiful new start. Ray, yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. And it's so funny, as I'm saying, the new beginning, there are 3 adorable tiny little kids just walking right outside my window. Like that, boy, that was like, to me, they're a symbol of, you know, innocence and fresh starts and all that stuff that we were talking about. So Ray says, move the energy around your body, meditate, tune into that intuition, guys, okay? Even if someone has really just knocked you askew, and that's the thing I think we're all dealing with as far as like tough energies go. You know, and you've heard me say this before too, the more we try to be in the light, the more we try to be good, there are going to be people who are equally interested in tearing us down. They're equally interested in letting their agitation kind of play out so that they are disturbing you. Okay? Sorry about that, guys. My battery went kaput. It's the second time that's happened today. But we were just talking about how people who aren't trying to be in the light, who, you know, like they're not trying to ascend, they're a little more susceptible to these darker forces, so they start getting agitated, they start talking behind your back, they're gossiping, maybe trying to throw you under the bus, just trying to sabotage you in some way. So this is, I think, the kind of week, you know, especially in the middle of the week, lay low. Just lay low. Don't let people come at you. If they are trying to seek you out, be like, let me catch you on another day. Today is not that day. maybe tomorrow either, but one day we could talk about this. So just really focus on your own well-being, focus on the light within you, and the brighter your light, supposedly that's supposed to shine out everything else. I mean, I do my best. I know when I've had, you know, evil things coming at, not evil, but like, you know, like the shadow aspects of somebody coming at me, I just try to keep it's like constant cleansing. But we are coming into this time where we're getting a little more divided, and you're seeing it more and more, or the worlds are kind of colliding and overlapping, but we're taking, I've said this before, old paradigm thinking, and we're applying it to the new energy, which isn't helping us either. All right, so what the heck are we talking about for this week? There are going to be big changes, I think, and you're okay. Your desired outcome is going to happen, but there might be some rumblings and things crumbling down before you get to what you want. Okay? Big stuff, huh? Let's get on to the color card. And let's see what's happening with this. Ooh, oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to pass this along to oh boy. So this is like, and they're showing like, but you're at a safe distance just going, ooh, like this might be, again, I wasn't too far off with that one example. This is sort of like someone who, I hate to do this, but maybe someone who's kind of wronged you, and they're kind of, like karma's coming around and getting them a little bit. Now, we don't want to sit there and be like, ha, that's what you deserve. That's what you get. You know, let's refrain from that. That's where that laying low might be really good. Okay. But something's a moving and a shaking. And it's going to rattle you too, even though it doesn't affect. Okay. So here's the deal. It's whatever this big thing is, it's good for you. It releases you in some way. But it still rattles you because it's the change is so swift. It's like you're gonna have to really think on your feet. Okay, so we have this green card, revitalize your nervous system. The number is 31. Again, especially in the middle of the week, lay low. Okay, lay low, people, and just nurture yourself. Do your yoga, do your meditation, focus on your well-being, knowing that the stuff and the troubles and whatever trials and tribulations of the past are now coming to an end. Some of you are going to be asked to stand trial on something. It might not be those cute kids are going by again. Oh, I love it. They're a sign of a new beginning. But some of you are going to be asked to sort of testify or something like that. And you're going to have to go in there and give the truth. And let things be done. Let the sun set on this old way of being so you can be free of it. And it's no longer going to be your problem. I feel this isn't going to be for everybody, but it's sort of like the happens and you're like, what happened? What happened? Wait, what? You want me to, what? I have to come in and tell you what my experience was? Okay, well, this, and this happens. And it's like, again, because they didn't know what the heck was going on. And then you get to hide away for a little bit. And then the following week, I mean, we'll have to tune in specifically for that, but they're making me feel like sort of the after effects sort of flows in to the following week. So I just realized how weird my lighting looks. Again, I apologize. There's cloud cover. The sun has shifted. I'm standing up. I'll stop making excuses. I think that's it for the message this week. Hang in there, guys. Remember, we can be each other's support system. So don't be afraid to go to my Facebook page. We can start a thread where you can start talking about, you can even do it under the video when I post it on Sunday on Facebook. Do a thread under there saying this is how this affected me, so on and so forth. Before I go, I realized that I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video that I do have a meetup coming up the first Friday in September. I'll give exact details, but I will probably, I'm going to try at least, I'm going to try to record the weekly during that meetup. So if you want to come and watch me record and mess up and do my thing and whatever, and we just shake hands and do it, do it up like that, come on down. It's in Old Colorado City, so if you're in the area, please come. If you're not in the area, I'm going, no promises, but I'm going to see if I can't, sort of do like a live Facebook thing while I'm recording. I don't know. It might not work out. Again, who you talking to? Michelle messes up everything technical. Okay? That's just how it is. Anyway, have a great week, guys, and I am sending you so much love. Take care.